Why'd Medical Mutual cancel your health insurance? I mean, discontinue your health insurance. Well, that's what we're doing today, so let's find out. How's it going, everybody? I'm Joey Giangola with Giangola Insurance, and first, hold on, let's get one thing straight. They officially, technically did not cancel your health insurance. The official fancy word, as I alluded to in the intro, is discontinued, meaning they got rid of everyone's health insurance in your particular area. So the question is, why did Medical Mutual do that? You might have recently received a letter from Medical Mutual saying that, hey, thanks, but no thanks. We can't take your money this year because we're not offering health insurance in your county. And after which you might have momentarily blacked out due to the fact that you have no idea what you're going to do now. Well, first, hold on, don't worry. Pick yourself up off the floor. It's going to be mildly okay, but I just want to let you know what and why this is happening. First, the most important thing, your health insurance isn't going anywhere until the end of 2016. So that's good. What you are going to have to do is when open enrollment starts on November 1st for 2017, you're going to have to pick a new insurance company. Either way, it doesn't really matter because you're still probably scratching your head and saying, what in the world's going on? Why can't I buy this Medical Mutual policy that I like might be a strong word, but you've tolerated and somewhat enjoyed and it actually did the job. But after doing a little digging and putting the pieces together for you, here's a few answers to the questions you've probably been asking yourself. The first and most obvious one is that you thought it was against the law to cancel someone's health insurance. And yes, the short answer, you're right, it is. Medical Mutual just can't cancel your health insurance policy. They have to cancel everyone's health insurance policy. They can't come after you because you used it too much, or they just don't like you, or they found out that you're a Steelers fan. What they have to do instead is they just have to say, listen, Tim and Nancy Smith, we don't want to offer health insurance to anybody in your county. Again, that's where the word discontinuing is much more accurate than the word canceling, even though you're going to probably say to yourself, it's canceled. I mean, plenty of things that we liked have been discontinued, right? I mean, what about Ecto Cooler High C or Planters cheese balls? Or how about those 3D Doritos? All have since gone the way of discontinuance. So then now that we're done arguing semantics, why did they discontinue your health insurance policy in your county? Great question. This is where I'm going to ask that you probably take a seat if you're somehow walking around watching this video on your phone. Just sit down for a second. You may or may not have seen a flurry of news stories over the last couple weeks, months, about the different insurance companies backing out of Obamacare or losing tons of money. The truth is every insurance company that sells health insurance through healthcare.gov, or the health insurance marketplace as it's more affectionately known, has lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Medical Mutual is no different. Now, while they haven't lost $100 million, they've lost quite a bit of money. In fact, their CEO came out in a recent article in the Plain Dealer stating that over the last 2 years, they've probably dropped about $50 million in losses, basically haven't made any money through the plans that they're selling through healthcare.gov. And that $50 million loss was only from 6% of the overall company's total business, meaning that everybody Medical Mutual insures, only 6% of those people racked up enough medical bills to lose the company $50 million. I'm not great with numbers, but those aren't good. So that means Medical Mutual is left with a pretty difficult choice. They could have increased the rate substantially for everybody, and they don't really want me telling you specifically the amount that they were considering raising it to, but I can tell you that it was above 20 and it was below 50%, so you do guessing on what you think that number was. They could have done that, or they decided that they were going to eliminate certain counties where they didn't have tons of business. That county list ended up being about 57 counties long. And to be honest, most of them, like I said, they didn't have tons of business. And the reason they didn't have tons of business is because they were having a hard time competing in those areas. So the next obvious question is, why do they have a hard time competing? Well, like it or not, a big part of your health insurance company's job is their ability to negotiate prices with doctors and hospitals. Medical Mutual is headquartered in Cleveland, Ohio, and has always had a much stronger hold on Northeast Ohio. Naturally. And when you strayed outside of Northeast Ohio and even the Columbus area, Medical Mutual is really having a harder time negotiating top-notch rates for doctors and hospitals. Now again, that doesn't mean Medical Mutual can't charge more money in those areas for that health insurance because they're not getting the negotiated rates that they need to. They still needed to keep the prices to a certain level to where you might actually be realistically able to purchase it. So then why are they having such a hard time negotiating rates with these hospitals and doctors? The whole idea, again, like it or not, based around this negotiated rate is the insurance company says, hey doc, if you see our people for X amount of dollars instead of Y amount of dollars, then we'll help you out by bringing you a bunch of people to potentially come and give you business. If Medical Mutual doesn't have enough people insured in that area of the state, they don't have nearly as much leverage than if they had hundreds of thousands of people insured, or millions in some cases. The more people that the insurance company has to potentially bring to the doctor's table, the more interested the doctor is and willing to take a haircut on the fact that they're driving business to them. So with that being said, in all of the 57 counties that Medical Mutual decided to discontinue their health insurance in, it really only equated for a small percentage of the overall company's total business. So as opposed to making everybody unhappy, more than like 60%, 70% of their customers unhappy, they decided to make you, the small minority, unhappy. And they thought that that would probably be a better business strategy. And it probably is. Because if they would have raised everyone's rates so high, they could have run the risk of tons of people just walking away from Medical Mutual. And if that were to happen, with them already losing tons of money, it could mean a really big problem for Medical Mutual. And that probably brings you to one of the final questions that you've been asking yourself and that is, will Medical Mutual ever offer health insurance in your area again? The short answer is supposed to be yes. At least that's the plan, as I've been told, as Medical Mutual hopes to be offering plans back in your area as soon as next year, meaning 2018. Or I guess maybe 2019. I'll cut them a break. But yeah, they said that this is a very temporary solution that they only look as a 1 or 2 year kind of thing. Now that's not set in stone, but that's what I've heard. But that's going to be up to you. I'm not really sure how fast you're going to go running back into their open arms after they've discontinued that policy on you. Of course, if they come back with the right price, my guess is you'll have a hard time giving them the cold shoulder. So what's the bottom line in all this? Well, this explanation really does nothing to change the fact that in 2017, you're going to be looking for a new health insurance company. But I do hope it gives you a little more detail on the very tough decision Medical Mutual was faced with, and how the entire Obamacare law is really turning the heat up on everybody involved. So what's the next step? Well, if you want help trying to figure out who that new company is going to be in 2017, go ahead and click right here on my face to do that, or there is a link below in the video's description, and we will start figuring out which health insurance company might work best for you in 2017. But of course, as always, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It does mean a lot to me. And as always, I am Joey Giangola with Giangola Insurance. Take it easy, everybody.